Today, we're going to talk about COVID-19 and its short and long-term symptoms.
Youth Biolab Jeunesse.
Hi, I'm Steve from the Youth Biolab. We know that COVID-19 is everywhere, and we're all working together to get rid of this disease. What is COVID-19? COVID-19 is short for Coronavirus Disease 2019. It's an infectious disease, which means a microorganism like a bacteria, virus, fungus, or parasite is making you sick. In the case of COVID-19, it's a virus called SARS-CoV-2 that makes people sick. This name is short for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, coronavirus 2. So it's a coronavirus, which is known for its little crown-shaped spikes, and it can cause very damaging and sudden sickness in the respiratory system, meaning your lungs and airways. The 2 in its name means that it's the second coronavirus that's spread globally. The first SARS outbreak made it to Canada in 2003. It didn't affect as many people as COVID-19, but it did cause lockdowns in Toronto to stop it from spreading. Not only is this disease infectious, but it is also very contagious. So if you are sick with the SARS-CoV-2 virus, you can pass this virus on to other people and make them sick, which is why this disease is a very big problem. The SARS-CoV-2 virus is often spread from the small droplets of liquid that come out of an infected person's mouth or nose when they breathe, talk, sing, cough, or sneeze. The original virus was contagious enough that each infected person spread the infection to 2 or 3 other people. But new variants of concern, like the Delta variant, are twice as contagious, meaning 6 or more people can catch the virus from one infected person. Viruses are super easy to transfer to other people. They are teeny tiny and are way smaller than even a single cell from your own body. This is a red blood cell, and this is how small the SARS-CoV-2 viruses are in comparison. Viruses can't live or grow on their own. They can only survive and grow by infecting other living cells in what we call a host. Viruses use their host's living cells like factories to make more copies of themselves. The more virus copies your body makes, the more you can spread to others. People can spread COVID-19 for 2 days before they even start to feel sick. And when their symptoms are the worst, they're making lots of copies of the virus. By the time people start to feel better, usually a week or so after the symptoms start, they're not considered contagious anymore. So make sure to stay home when you feel sick and distance yourself from others, even if you're not feeling sick. What are the symptoms of COVID-19? So far, over 200 million people in the world have gotten COVID-19. Some people, particularly young people, won't even feel sick at all when they get the virus. It's kind of hard to measure how many of all the COVID-19 cases will be asymptomatic like this, because most people only go for tests when they feel sick. But from looking at communities with big outbreaks where they tested almost everyone, scientists think between a quarter and up to half of COVID infections could have no real noticeable symptoms at first. For people who do feel sick, we know that the most common early symptoms and signs of COVID-19 are similar to the symptoms of the flu, like cough, fever or chills, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, muscle aches, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, congestion, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea, and fatigue. But the majority of people with COVID-19 feel much more sick than with the flu and have to stay home from work or school for a longer time, sometimes weeks or months. Severe illness resulting in hospitalization and death are much more common for COVID-19 than for the flu. In Canada, out of every 100 people with confirmed COVID-19, 5 to 7 people will end up in hospital, and 1 or 2 could die. The virus attacks the lungs and can also cause anemia, where your body doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells to deliver enough oxygen to your cells and tissues of your body. This makes people weak and tired, and they may need to use oxygen tanks or ventilators to breathe. There are also risks for nasty problems like kidney damage. Your kidneys filter wastes out of your blood. Those wastes get peed out. Damaged kidneys cause a buildup of waste in your body, and over time, this can be life-threatening. COVID-19 infections can also damage the heart and your blood vessels by causing hearts to beat in an irregular rhythm, or causing blood clots, which can cause pain in the limbs or block flow to the lungs, heart, or brain, which could cause death. What are the COVID-19 long-term symptoms? It's one thing to feel sick and have horrible symptoms while you're sick with COVID, but doctors and scientists are also learning that many people who have even mild or asymptomatic COVID-19 may have long-term health problems from the virus. They're calling this long COVID. So far, over 200 different health problems have been listed as possible symptoms of long COVID. The more common symptoms include chronic fatigue, that means always feeling tired, a cough that doesn't go away, brain fog and changes to taste and smell, and general pain and discomfort, which already seem pretty horrible. But there are also some really scary ones like stiffening and scarring in the lungs, which make it more difficult to breathe for a long time. Damage to the heart and blood vessels can cause abnormal heart rhythm, dizziness after standing, and chronic chest pain. Long COVID is still new to scientists, and they're not totally sure who will get it and who won't, what symptoms you might get, how common it is, and if it ever goes away. It's important to remember that all of these things don't happen to everyone who gets COVID. And young people seem to pull through COVID infections very, very well without many of these major complications. Although there's currently no cure for COVID-19, there is prevention. The COVID-19 vaccine can help slow the spread of COVID and prevent serious illness and death. So get vaccinated if you can. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something new about COVID-19 and its symptoms. If you'd like to learn more about germs and vaccines, check out our other videos in the link below. If you still have questions, send us an email or a message through our Instagram or Twitter. Thanks for joining us, and stay curious.
Make sure to click like and subscribe for more videos and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. To support the Youth Biolab's ongoing programming and expansion plans, please contact St. Boniface Hospital Foundation at stbhf.ca.